He's really upset about Bob Costas and the NFL transmission saying that, yeah, people don't need guns. Handguns are bad. We know about the clip of the Attorney General saying he met with the heads of the media to, quote, brainwash the public against the Second Amendment. Well, I'm going to shoot a video at the end of the radio show today that I'm going to post at Infowars.com calling for a boycott of the NFL and Bob Costas and the network that carries the Sunday night, Sunday football, NBC, because, folks, this is government propaganda. All the pro-war stuff, saying troops like war, let's be pro-military, let's be pro-war. Well, that's not pro-military. That's not pro-America. The pro-TSA propaganda, the Homeland Security consulting with them for propaganda purposes. The biggest propaganda event out there is NFL. And now, if the spokesman of it is going to demonize our precious God-given human right, civil right, constitutional right, we have to boycott them. Listen, whenever the host of Monday Night Football, the guy that introduced it, Hank Williams Jr., said that Obama is becoming a dictator, along with both parties are just horrible. And Obama was becoming and is becoming on so many fronts, whether it's handing over the internet to the UN or shutting down our coal power plants and exempting General Electric outside of Congress, or saying NATO and the UN's over our military, or signing statements and NDAA. And signing a secret cybersecurity directive and saying Congress can't see it. Congress are the bosses. They make the laws, the purse strings, the check and the balance on the president. And he said that, and folks, he said that on Fox News. He didn't say that on the NFL broadcast. And they dropped his contract. Now, Bob Costas, and I will guarantee you he got approval for that. That is the image of a sniveling establishment propagandist. Gets up there, and you want my guns, pal? I don't like you for the rest of my life. And I already don't watch football except when my family comes over for Thanksgiving or Christmas or something like that. And let me tell you, there'll never be any football on in my house as long as I'm alive, until the NFL is not fully in the hands of the globalist as a propaganda tool. Don't you know in North Korea and Communist China and in Hitler's Germany, sports were used as propaganda venues? It stops now. And I had a football player call in earlier, a college football player, and he said, well, it's paying for my college, paying for my family. He said, I don't like that propaganda. I know it's propaganda and it's wrong, but I'm going to keep watching. I almost turned it off. And his voice almost shook. You almost turned your God off. I used to watch the NFL games. Even when I was going to college and hanging out with my buddies. I like football. I played football in high school. I get it. But it's sick now. It's been taken over. Vaccine ads, anti-family ads, anti-gun stuff. You got to get rough with these people. Look, I asked him, I said, do you like your Second Amendment or your football more? And the caller said, well, I'm actually a player, so in college it pays for everything, so that's what I choose. See, at least he's honest about it. You're going to lose the Second Amendment. You're going to lose it all unless you start taking it personal. We're the majority, constitutional libertarian types. Every actuary out there, we're about 55, 60% of the country. But we don't exercise any of our power. We just let ourselves be run over. I'm calling on you to help me. I'll get a press release out today, but I'm calling on the media to help us out there, the Patriot media out there. We've got to call for a boycott of the NFL. And believe me, it'll hurt them if just 5% of viewers tune it out. If we can get Gun Owners of America behind this, if we can get the NRA, it's over, folks. The NFL will apologize for taking a tragic event, some reportedly drugged up, spoiled brat, 25-year-old punk who kills himself and his girlfriend. And because he's out of his mind, we need to turn our guns in. So if somebody commits a crime with a knife, do I have to turn my butcher knives in? England's actually calling for that. If somebody robs a bank in my city, do I go to jail too? That's authoritarian. Hey, cops shoot innocent people all the time. Do we take all the government's guns? Oh, no. Predators bomb the wrong people all the time in their drone war. Oh, no, they don't get rid of that. Oh, the military tortures people to death. Do we shut down the whole military? I'm sick of this idea. The highest crime is New York and Chicago because they've taken the people's guns. Same thing, LA's got draconian laws. Everywhere they take the guns, more crime, more crime, more crime. A street artist put up, it's in the New York Daily News, put up posters showing, you know, a drone attacking pedestrians. Tastefully done, just a cutaway of a family with a drone flying over them. They arrested him and are charging him with felonies because when they broke in his house, he had a .22 revolver. You'd be crazy to live in New York City and not have a gun. You'd be out of your mind to live in Chicago and not have a gun. In fact, I want to go up to Chicago and see all their great museums and the history. I've been there before. I want to drive up there in my RV, broadcast from there. But I'm like, wait, I look at states, and it's not Illinois itself, but it's the city. Do I like have to park my RV outside Chicago and then drive in, and then will I be with my children and not have a gun? I mean, it's incredible that we put up with this. By the way, speaking of Chicago, then I'm going to your phone calls. Every week at least, I'm going to start plugging on the Sunday show, so twice a week, our Sunday affiliates and our weekday affiliates during the week. And we've got over 140 AM and FM affiliates now. We're gaining 3 or 4 a week, sometimes more. And some of these are 50,000 waters and stuff. Like Bakersfield, California turns us on this week. That thing covers the whole state, and it's got huge ratings already. The fact that we're exploding like this is an absolute godsend, okay? And I'm going to do the best job I can up here. But I've been on and off Chicago a few times over the years, had a huge response. But, you know, you're on a few years, the station goes sports, or the station sells. I mean, I was on a fellow station in Chicago. Was it WJJG, like in 1998, 99? And that thing had so many listeners, it was probably like 30% of our audience back then. You know, the 30 or so affiliates. So I think I had more than that back then because I actually went up to about 100 and then went back down for a while. The point is that I wanted to plug, and every week I'll have a station in focus, WCKGchicago.com, WCKGchicago.com. And everybody should go to that site. You can also get their free iPhone, smartphone apps and hear all their shows and get their podcast and support them, sponsor them. 1530 AM WCKG. Let's say you listen in Chicago or Illinois. Let's say you're listening to the free iPhone app I've got, or you're listening to the audio streams or watching the streams at prisonplanet.tv. Doesn't matter. Tell 5 people a day about AM 1530. WCKG covers all of Chicago. Absolutely fantastic. We're on there with Mancow. He's on in the morning. He's now got a TV show getting huge ratings there. They're simulcasting his radio show. That's really the model for the nighttime show. That's where we're going. So I've had some national networks talk to me and swear up and down that I wouldn't have to be censored or pre-approved. In fact, I was approached and offered the deal, and I just said, I don't believe it. I think down the road you try to restrict me. They want me to do like a 2-hour show late at night, like Imus in the morning, and it was just immediately going to be put on to millions of people. But I'm just like, I can't quit the daytime show. I mean, I just cannot work all the time. So I don't think the crew even knew about that, but there, I've thrown that out there. I was approached by Sci-Fi and a couple others. I mean, I just, you know, Ventura was told by True TV he'd be allowed to do whatever he wanted. By the first season, it already started. Second season, they were censoring shows. Third season, they totally took it and butchered it one side and down the other. And but by the way, before I go to your calls on that subject, Jesse called us. He had to get on a train to go cover some incredible information in Chicago outside of his show. This was so big. And I will tell you, it's the mistress of Lee Harvey Oswald, who we're going to get back on the show. McBreen interviewed her, what, last week? 2 weeks ago? When was it? A couple weeks ago? It was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So he's doing that right now. He'll be on sometime this week for his update. But there's that information. But WCKGchicago.com. And if you're a local business there, want to call their manager and sponsor the broadcast, 630-426-3538. And we are going to plug every single affiliate we've got. Every week, it'll be a new station in focus. I need to do 2 or 3 a week, though, or we'll never get through 140 affiliates a year. Yeah, that should be our goal, that we... Maybe we should have like 2 or 3 stations twice a week in focus real fast, But I'll have to pre-write it up or I'll start blabbing about it for like an hour and run out of time. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to take you out to break with Bob Costas, who wants your guns. They're going to hijack a tragedy to take our guns. And I take it personal. It is personal, Costa. I've never liked you, you little piece of trash. I don't like you. Look like a little sneaky, know-it-all, corporate, play-it-safe scumbag. You're not going to get my guns, you un-American filth. And stop using tragedies to get my guns. Here's scumbag Bob Costas. Here it is.
Our current gun culture, Whitlock wrote, ensures that more and more domestic disputes will end in the ultimate tragedy.
Shut up, scum.
And that more convenience store confrontations over loud music coming from a car will leave more teenage boys bloodied and
People
dead.
get more polite.
Handguns do not enhance our safety. They exacerbate our flaws, tempt us to escalate arguments, and bait us into embracing confrontation rather than avoiding it.
That's enough. He goes on for more restrictions. Ladies and gentlemen, the cities where they take the guns is where the gangbangers are killing everybody. Out in the country, people are polite. Unarmed culture is a polite culture, and that's been proven. Switzerland, they have hand grenades, not just machine guns, and they have the lowest crime rate in Europe and a lot better than ours. England's crime rates exploded since they took guns. We don't want to live in your gun-free slave zone, bud, with the government ruling over us. They got the guns, we have nothing. Unbelievable. Our gun culture is defeating you, Costas, and we're going to defeat you and the Homeland Security running man, NFL gladiatorial crud. Sodium fluoride in the body reduces IQ and increases cancers. Unfortunately, fluoride and its derivatives are only one of hundreds of toxins being added to our drinking water. We're battling the globalist on so many fronts. Health is an area where we can all take control of our lives, and it all starts with that basic building block of water. It is time to purify our family's water. The ProPure filtration system with added fluoride filters is the best system from my research to protect you and your family. InfoWarsStore.com already has the lowest prices on ProPure water filtration. But until December 10th, we are going to offer 15% off the already lowest price. I know what I'm giving my family this Christmas. ProPure. Go to InfoWarsStore.com and get 15% off the already lowest price out there with the code WATER15. WATER15, and you get 15% off at InfoWarsStore.com.
Hello, this is Ty Bollinger, author of the best-selling book, Cancer, Step Outside the Box. I want you to know some very important information. In 1985, President Ronald Reagan requested that Carnivora be sent directly to the White House at a time when only the president could obtain this world-class healer. Now, 27 years later, Carnivora capsules are used around the world to keep people healthy. Now you can protect yourself and your loved ones in this age of superbugs with 17 naturally occurring compounds that instinctively respond to abnormal cells only without harming a single normal cell. If you want to stay healthy, now's your chance to literally wake up your critical immune cells to attack harmful invaders that don't belong in your body. Call 1-866-VENUS-FLY or order from carnivora.com. That's CARNIVORA.com. That's 1-866-836-8735, 1-866-VENUS-FLY, or visit carnivora.com. Protect your immune system. It's the only one you've got.
In a coming-apart world, you need something to keep it tied together. That something is Atwood Rope, the highest quality rope made in the USA, from exotic braids for military, rescue, arborists, shipyards, tow line, or boating. Quality rope at affordable prices you and your customers can depend on. Find a dealer or shop online at atwoodrope.net. Enter promo code RADIO to receive 100 feet of 550 paracord free with purchase. Atwood Rope, working to keep the world tied together.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237.